Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. Welcome to the start of our Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 playthrough. Very excited about this one. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines was a big part of my channel 11 years ago. I think I did a 58-part series on it. Loved it. And here we are with the second one. I am being sponsored by Paradox Interactive and White Wolf for the first 3 episodes of this. I've worked with these guys many times in the past. I created some cool videos for their Bloodlines 2 exclusive channel, and they're always such a good publisher to work with, so thank you to them. I do have a pinned comment down below as well, if you could check that out. I would be very curious to hear your thoughts on how you approach being a vampire. And we're gonna dive in here. I'm pumped. If you guys don't know about Bloodlines, it's very heavily story-driven. There's a lot of cool combat now. The game has been brought into the modern era, because the first one was 11 years ago. And there's gonna be some really interesting story elements. Our choices really matter. How we act in public really matters. And there's a lot going on here. So buckle up. Hope you have a good time. And this is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Let's begin. I think I'm gonna play on hard. It's going to be tougher, but it's a little bit more tension, and I like that. The game is also out today, so I'll have links down below. Check those out at the end of the video. Awaken your elder. So,
a powerful kindred in torpor against my will, an elder of my kind.
Or,
I must have sustenance. I must drink, and deeply.
Yeah, I like that.
I would be the beast incarnate. And none here would survive my hunger or my rage.
Let's do it.
Queen City, they used to call it. The gateway to Alaska, the city of flowers. That one never took off. The Emerald City, in the 80s, when they were trying to give it a spit shine. Layers upon layers of history, each trying to mask the ones below. But Queen City is not wrong when you dig under the polish. Blue bloods in castles, peasants in the gutter. Same old story with a pretty flag on top. This town's had a queen for a long, long time. When the weight of a crown gets too heavy, people start sharpening axes. But it takes one hell of a push to set them swinging. You need a firebrand, a revolutionary, a despot, a murderer. Or maybe just someone with a real big axe to grind. If I were a betting man, I'd say the heads are just starting to roll. And I am a betting man.
I love the voice. Oh, so cool. If you guys are new here, I try to be as thorough as I can. I'll never find like everything in games, but if we find lore and story bits, I like reading all the
Are you okay?
Interesting things that we can find.
Frank, there's someone hurt down here. Get someone on that radio. Take it easy. I got you. Don't try to move. Are you hurt?
No, but I am blind. Feed. Okay, so we're gonna get these codex entries. I will read them so that we're all on the same page. Now, feeding regenerates health. You can press L2R2 on the feed prompt. The feed prompt will appear over an enemy when they're either damaged enough to enter into a stun state or if they're unaware of the nomad's presence. We are the nomad.
You okay? Richie! Shit! Hang on, I'm on my way.
What?
So we don't know why we're here.
I cannot be found like this.
I'm in rags, pretty much.
I am not strong.
What just got added to the codex here? Kindred Society. All vampires feed to survive through a blood-drawing bite known as the kiss, an act which both participants enjoy with euphoric physical pleasure. Some mortals, once fed upon, will spend the rest of their existence searching for this feeling again, regardless of the danger it presents. Most kindred feed them from mortals. A few may stoop to the less nourishing blood of animals, and fewer still indulge in the controversial act of drinking the blood of their fellow vampires. After consuming a living creature's blood, that blood becomes vitae within the vampire. This blood animates their physical being, mends their wounds, and fuels their supernatural powers. Okay, one of the things that I always find interesting in vampire games or movies or anything is they all kind of use different tropes, you know, and sometimes vampires have to follow the traditional rules, like they can't be, they have to be invited in, they're like garlic, crosses, that kind of stuff. And sometimes they just go all out. So one thing I am actually really curious about is your favorite or most interesting vampire tropes from like a movie, book, TV series, game, whatever. Let me know. An envelope of cash discovered in the derelict apartment building where the nomad awoke. A paper envelope containing a small wad of cash. There's a handwritten note enclosed which reads, "No paycheck for your friend this week. You tell him. We see him snooping upstairs again and he'll lose something real valuable." Okay. Icewave presents Fire. 90s Night. Live, one night only with Stone Squad. Uh-oh.
Who the fuck? You're going down, asshole!
Do not.
R1 for a standard attack. Oh my god.
Fool.
That's a standard attack? They're fast and deadly to most mortals. I see that. But stronger foes will not be defeated without further assault.
More evidence. I must be careful.
Yeah, so one of the things in these vampire games is the Masquerade. And the Masquerade, the best way I can describe it is you need to kind of uphold the Masquerade so that people don't know your true self, that you're not out there just showing everybody that you're a vampire. Okay, so we can jump or double jump. Okay, jump, double jump, cool. Hello. Looks like we're heading up there. One of the things I really like that they have in here is your reticle gets larger when you're near like a secret or something you can interact with. So down here, that's where we were, right? Yeah, it is.
That's not my voice. Not my mouth it's coming out of either.
Huh.
Well, I know the back of my hand like the back of my hand, and... well, that is not my hand.
Who speaks?
So you can hear me. Huh. Well, good evening.
Okay. So who is this guy?
I say again, who are you?
Hand on heart, if I had either of those, I'm still aslumber. Give me a moment.
He sounds a little bit like Matt Mercer, but there's also a bit of a Deadpool vibe that I kind of like.
Do not play the fool. Explain yourself.
I don't consider myself a fool. That's one thing I can tell you. Others do, but that's their business. My name's Fabian. I am... well, I was a vampire, like yourself. A kindred. Malkavian by blood. And I was, and still am, a detective. Matter of fact, I just started a new case. Finding my missing body. Tell me, what's the last thing you remember?
Huh.
Torpor. I slept, insensible, for years. I know not how many. Enough that I have no recent memories.
Torpor, huh? The sleep of the dead asleep. Interesting. I guess we don't have much to go off of. Except you've got a Malkavian and a mark. It's something. Let's try this. You hit me with some questions. Maybe it'll spark an idea.
Do you know this mark?
Do you recognize this mark, child of Malkav?
I don't think I do. But if poets and philosophers are to be believed, there's one thing I can tell you. When we want something to belong to us, we mark it. I'd say someone has claimed you. From where I sit, I can understand why. There's power in these old bones. Centuries of strength in these veins. Someone covets you. Question is, who?
You say someone covets me? Who dared give me this mark?
Seems to me that only someone deeply wounded could mark you like that. But as for who that is, no idea. I know they're careless to let you out without a leash.
How did you get inside my head? Do you truly remember nothing?
My memory's a jigsaw right now, and I'm still working on the edges. I know I was on some sort of investigation, but how it got me here, I don't know. Breaking and entering skulls was never my forte.
So when you have the question marks, those are, you know, going to keep the conversation going. And then that little other arrow is just moving on to the next part, I believe.
As for our situation, how do we get you out of me?
If I were a betting man, which it happens I am, I'd wager this. Finding answers to one of our questions will find us the answers for the others.
All questions, no answers. Very well. The hunt begins. Let us to it.
If I may, I'd recommend we get somewhere safe. I know a place. If you can get us out to the night air, I'll direct you. Supposing we're still in Seattle.
Seattle. This is America. Very well. I will find a way outside, then you may guide me.
Sounds good. You got a name, by the way?
Many. But for now, you can call me Fire.
All right. Pleased to meet you, Fire.
So we saw the poster right here. We saw these posters
Find our way
about
out,
fire.
shall we? Save the worry about marks and other mischief.
So we'll see how that comes into play. Okay, so let's go through these. The Embrace, Siren, Child. And if you're not interested in this kind of stuff, feel free to jump ahead a little bit. But I feel like this stuff really helps to build the world and to build the experience for us. So the Embrace is the gift and curse of eternity and bloodlust given by a kindred to a mortal. The sire first drains the mortal before replacing their victim's blood with some of their own, passing on undeath and their clan's strengths and flaws. The Embrace is death and rebirth, undeath replacing life. A child always will be weaker than their sire, one generation further from the first vampire, Cain. Mortals, or kine, is that how it's said to some, are for the most part unaware of the existence of vampires. While younger kindred often try to retain their mortal ties, many older vampires distance themselves from the mortal world in order to preserve the masquerade at the cost of their humanity. However, emerging modern technologies make it more and more difficult to hide vampire existence. Most kindred agree that in open conflict, the sheer numbers and ingenuity of the mortals would mean that few vampires could long survive. And after all, the sun is an ally no vampire can match. Upholding the Masquerade, which kind of talked about earlier, do not reveal our existence to mortals. Kindred survival as a whole relies on an organized campaign of disinformation created to convince mortals that vampires do not exist. Without this shared conspiracy, the hunters would inevitably become the hunted. Vampires are strong as individuals, but open conflict within or with humankind would likely bring ruin to them all. The Haven, the resting place of a vampire is called their haven. Most vampires make an effort to keep the location of their haven secret, and older vampires often have more than one. A vampire's haven may be in virtually any kind of structure and will often be painstakingly modified to provide safety both from sunlight and unwelcome intruders, or at least relative safety. The world has many dangers, and even the strongest of havens can be breached by a strong or committed enough foe. Okay, so Clan Malkavian and the way all the way down, we're going to come back to in a bit, but I am going to read those in this episode.
Could be a security guy to meet us. Well, where is he then? Hey, hang on, I got his number. Frank Lush.security.
Okay, so we've got heightened senses here.
Seeing through your eyes is...
It's cold as balls out here.
This is quite something.
I got it.
Okay, a kindred senses are finely tuned and able to discern much more information than a normal mortal. Press R3 to activate it in order to focus on aspects of the world that are unseen by typical mortal humans. This can help identify types of prey, useful elements of the environment, and other useful information that will help a kindred survive.
This place used for anything now?
Not that I know.
Cops.
Come on.
No way out there.
I can handle these mortals.
They'd be missed, and that'd mean a full-scale hunt. We must not break the Masquerade.
Yeah, not good.
Reactive crosshairs grows when a secret is nearby. Yes. The Masquerade. Instant execution. So breaking the Masquerade in some circumstances, such as at a heavily monitored site of a recent breach or in a large public space, is enough to earn an execution from the court immediately. Yeah, wow. Okay.
Hey, anyone in
I
there?
really love this reactive crosshair thing. I think this is so
Fella.
genius.
Elevator's as broke as a Monday night streetwalker.
Okay, heightened senses.
Meth head attacking his buddy.
Telekinesis. Let's go.
Get that door open now.
So telekinesis, you can use R2 to pick up objects with telekinesis, pressing R2 again to drop it. Press R1 to throw it. Stealth. Throwing small objects can distract a target and either allow the Nomad to sneak past a target or open them up to a stealthy assault. The Nomad has learned this ability during their lengthy existence. Cool.
Never mind, just go, go!
God damn it! One quiet shift. That's what you asked?
Oh, the way we speed up there, that is
That's
sick.
what they call telekinesis, right?
Holding X when next to a vertical surface in order to climb. Learning how to find climbable objects, ladders, drain pipes, AC units, or fire escapes throughout Seattle to reach greater heights will let the Nomad move through the city with ease while keeping the Masquerade intact. Climbable objects will pulse white when using heightened senses. This is going to be like one of those situations it's hard to not just be in this all the time, you know? Oh boy. Crouching will enable the Nomad to move stealthily past unsuspecting enemies or open them up to surprise attacks.
Hello? Who's in here?
Look at them. That is so cool.
Come on, don't make this night worse.
We got something here. Discovered in the derelict apartment building where the Nomad awoke, an open package smelling strongly acidic and rotten. There are small shards of broken glass present at the bottom, sticky with congealed old blood. There's a note that reads, "Flirtatious donor. This type was hard to come by. Be careful with it. -F." Could that be Fabian, maybe? Is that possible? Flirtatious donor.
to dispatch.
Go ahead, 128.
We got a noise disturbance.
No getting
in a
past.
suspected
Think you
603
can distract
inside
them
the
somehow?
abandoned apartment
You're
block.
might conspicuous.
Copy that. Do you
We
require
don't
backup?
want to fight here.
No, I think we're good.
Copy that, 128. All quiet?
Yeah, all quiet, but damn, Carl, why do I always get the spooky ones?
Seattle PD. I'm coming over.
Don't look at me.
All clear. No paperwork needed.
Oh, this is... I'm digging this already. Looks like we're going up. What is this pointing at? Something on that side. Old cityscape photographs. Discovered in the derelict apartment building where the Nomad awoke, sepia-tinged and musty photographs depicting a city. The dress of the people and model of vehicles suggested to be the early years of the 20th century. Okay, so I guess we are in... Because we were talking about the Havens earlier. This might be Fabian's.
Hello, Seattle. This is your 2 a.m. weather and traffic update. We're still under a severe storm warning, and it's cold, cold, cold out there. Colder than your favorite team's chances of making it to the playoffs this year. That cold. Now, let's make a note of these important reminders, because multiple things are happening at once. All streets in the historic Pioneer Square district are closed to traffic between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. due to emergency work on sewer systems damaged by the cold. Metro, bus, and streetcar service in the downtown area is suspended until further notice. And all flights in and out of Seattle-Tacoma International Airport are canceled. That's right, everyone. If you were dreaming of a tropical getaway to dodge the storm, it's good to want things, but that dream is over.
Very positive radio host.
I suggest you curl up with a favorite story and a glass of the good stuff and try to enjoy our winter wonderland while it lasts. You're up to date. Don't let the frost bite. And I'll be back in an hour to tell you another weather story.
I love it. Can I? Nope. Huh. As we see those cops down there still.
Dispatch, stay in contact.
Oh, neat. That is sick. After beginning a jump, hold the jump button for longer to initiate a glide. While gliding, it's possible to change course by pressing a direction. After a while, the Nomad will lose momentum and begin to rapidly descend. There's another tool that the Nomad has made a part of their skill set. Oh, okay, cool.
Christ, you are something else.
I've got a bad feeling.
Shot vac. Nice. Sponsored. Love it. Quite the maze here.
You get the report?
Yeah, looking for a security guy.
Watch your step. This floor's no good.
Look at, you can like see their trail.
Peaceful night so far.
Don't mind me.
God, that coffee's gone through me. Find a trapper.
Love it.
You hear something?
The place is creeping me the hell out. Creaking, settling.
There's someone.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Extremely.
Older than your country by 150 years.
Oh. Huh. Right.
Nectar of the gods. Discovered in the derelict apartment building where the Nomad awoke. An open package. Dusty with a small coffee stain on the corner. The box looks like it once held a cylindrical object, but is now empty save for a very small trace of thick red liquid. It smells of mortal blood, mixed with something that the Nomad could not quite identify. The note reads, from an angry, unwilling donor, keep low, asshole sheriff's been sniffing around F. So, again, maybe Fabian?
Smile for the camera, sweetheart.
We got a ghoul.
Goes out to all the fans
Kill the
of
ghoul without
Slaughtered
alerting anyone.
Pigs.
It's a ghoul, in case you didn't notice. Gonna bring the PD down on our necks.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, and sleep. Oh, that's a cool angle. Goodbye, ghoul.
Busy night. Cops, ghouls, detectives, mysterious flying strangers. All we need now is a full-on musical number.
Right? Just gonna check here first. Nothing happening. Not feed the ghouls. I don't intend to.
More ghouls. This could set off a full Masquerade breach.
Press square above an unaware enemy to perform a drop-down attack, killing weaker foes. Do I have to wait for, like, a prompt? Oh, yeah, I do, I guess. Oh, you heard that? L1 to dash. Okay, hold R1 for a heavy attack to deal more damage and break blocks. Oh my god.
You little shit.
You're mine. Thank you. Holy frick, that's sick, actually. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'm in. Press L1 and hold the direction to dash. They can be performed on the ground or in the air to quickly close distance on an enemy or avoid an attack. Heavy attack can break through enemies' block. They do more damage. It can push away enemies. From my understanding as well, if you continue to use the same type of attack on enemies, they'll get, like, more resistant to it. Advanced combat drop kick. Crouch, then attack while airborne. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. Kicks, L1, then R1. Different kicks can be achieved by dashing in different directions. We did one there. Parry, dash towards an enemy at the moment they attack in order to open the target up to a follow-up assault. So, okay, that's interesting. Dashing towards them. R1 while sprinting to perform a shunt. Slide kick. R1 while sliding to perform a slide kick. Telekinetic pull. Use it on an unaware opponent with R2. This will bring them within striking distance or catch them off guard and open them up to stronger assaults. Oh, neat. Okay, so I need to get up there somehow. Nailed it. Oh, there we go. That's the secret. Okay. Nice. Day since last drink. Well, not too bad. Mending elixir. Mending elixir instantly restores health.
Do that.
The down button. Discovered in the derelict apartment building where the nomad awoke from torpor, a strange old book named Mastery of Athenor Corporis. It's well read, has many dog-eared pages. The inscription inside reads, "My friend, I trust this will aid you in your study. You've only just begun to unlock the potential of your abilities. Your mind can be pushed much further. Even your body has reached its limit. Even if your body reaches its limit. I know you wouldn't want to let anyone down. JJ." I don't know who JJ is, clearly. But we will. Okay.
Someone else is in here. I can smell it.
Then we kill them too. Chill the fuck out. No one else is here.
Then what happened to the elevator, genius?
Fine. We get rid of the cops, then we check for other assholes.
Okay, so there's 3.
We kill them all. Nobody fucks with us. We mount their heads on a wall. We make rugs from their skins. Oh, man, I had no idea you did interior design.
Shut up.
Can't be much longer before I get bit, right?
Can't be. Can I move their bodies or anything? Doesn't look like it. Let's go fast.
Oh, shit. They had a shut down hole in the wall.
Little telekinesis grab. Oh god.
You're not alone. Come out, you piece of shit!
That is so cool. I wouldn't mind having some kind of lean.
Just keep it together.
better see what it is.
Yeah, you better. And sleep.
Barely a whimper.
That was
this is
nasty.
Cops will be through here, starting to fill out paperwork. Let's make ourselves scarce. I'll just put it down to Seattle being Seattle.
Something happening here. Okay, potent elixir temporarily increases damage. All right, little fist icon there, bottom left. Note left on an empty package. Discovered in the derelict apartment building where the Nomad awoke. An empty package. It smells fetid and earthy like mold. There's no other trace of what it might have contained. Note reads, get this to D before sunrise. He has your money, P. Well, I mean, okay, interesting. P could be fire, I guess. Might not matter either who these names are, but... try to track what we can.
Welcome to Seattle. Come on, the haven's not far.
What year is this?
The year 2024. When did you...
I have been asleep for 100 years.
Now there's a thing. Well then, welcome to the 21st century.
There we have it. We're officially in. That is, what a cool opener. That is really, really, really well done. Combat feels pretty tight.
Hey there.
You are still here.
Till we've worked our caseload, seems we're stuck together. Welcome back from the land of Nod. You and I can't ever really leave it, can we?
Welcome back from the land of Nod. You can never really leave it.
No. No, I suppose not. Now and forever, we live in darkness.
Well, let's not make it any more gloomy than it needs to be. Let's take a minute while you're still gathering strength. Get to know each other. Maybe check our compass before we set sail. While we slumbered, I puzzled. And I realized I know you. Or I know who you are. You're the one they call the Nomad.
That's what we've gathered.
How do you know that?
Detective, remember? That name's been buzzing around my brain and I only just trapped it. Another mystery. Where I got the idea. I didn't expect you in Seattle, not at all. And don't rightly know how I made the leap. Once folks hear the Nomad's in town, and they will, they're going to assume a lot. There are stories. Some have you as a destroyer, others an omen of doom. But, what would you say?
That's a good question. Right now, we're just surviving.
Where I travel, disaster follows. When I war, it is against misfortune. If I am anything, I am a survivor.
Oh, that's not what I expected to hear. But if that's the truth, that's the truth. And I'm rather fond of surviving myself. Well then, what's the most dangerous thing out there, in your experience?
I have escaped wars over the mortal crowns of Spain, England, Poland, Austria. So too have I escaped purges, plots, and persecutions in the courts of our kind. Whether mortal or not, it is the same. When it is uncertain who holds power, knives come out.
Interesting times for certain. Have you ever lived in an uninteresting time?
No. There are always those who sow confusion and sharpen knives. We do what we must.
Well, Seattle has both confusion and knives aplenty. But you weren't just running. You helped out, right?
I have said all I desire to say about myself. Tell me of you now.
All right, ask away. I warn you, I've had 100 years in this city, but my memories are Swiss cheese.
Okay, let's get into it.
Tell me about your haven.
So this is the haven.
This place is not mine.
Oh.
Owned by a fellow by the name of Dale. But it's empty now, I know. Though I don't know how I know it. I can't say he was a friend, but I've always found charm in clutter. Provokes a soul to build castles out of thoughts. And a castle is a solid place to stand.
So that other place that we're in, probably not his haven. Who
was your sire?
The one who chowed down on me 100 years back? Gideon, his name was. He was a peach. I liked him. Where is he now? I don't know. My best guess is he's gone to ground or dust.
I have been in Torpor for decades. What can you tell me about Kindred in modern times?
I can only speak to what I know, and I only know Seattle.
Tell me of the Kindred society here. How have we organized in Seattle?
Well, same as you'd have known anywhere else way back when. The Camarilla are the hotshots. Seattle's still got a court, and it's still led by a prince. They make sure we maintain the Masquerade.
Same as it was then.
Yep, but everything changes the more it stays the same.
How may our kind be slain? Are there new threats?
That you've got to worry about? Well, don't book any sunshine getaways. Don't light up a cigarette wearing a gasoline overcoat. Don't lose your head. Figuratively is bad, literally is the end times. But I'm sure you know all this. Stake through the heart is still a ticket to being paralyzed. No fun at all, but at least you get to watch what happens next.
Okay, so stake through the heart paralyzes, doesn't kill.
Guns are now a sight worse than you ever knew. Bigger, louder, smarter, but also, in a way, much stupider.
I see. Will guns be a common threat?
In America? Yeah.
Nice.
Tell me about the Masquerade. How does it work in this time?
Same as it was 100 years ago, and 100 years before that. We gotta blend in with John Q. Public, and John Q. isn't meant to know that vampires are real. Let me be clear, Seattle's court is serious about the Masquerade. You attract mortal attention, they'll put you down like a horse with a broken leg.
As it should be. What do mortals know of us? Have they learned anything over the last 100 years?
No, the babes are still asleep for the most part.
Good. Do they still think we cower before garlic,
See?
crucifixes, and holy water?
Oh, they think a lot more than that now. Young adult literature has revolutionized our image.
It can be no worse than Stoker.
Oh, interesting.
Depends on your
Bram.
perspective. Some of the old guard really don't like the idea of the glitterati. But times change.
Is there anything else I should know? Any other new dangers in the current time?
Ooh, yes. Mortals all have cameras now.
Yeah.
And the telephones they carry. And they're always filming everything around them.
Oh, yeah.
Streaming, they call it. Sending it to the cloud. Online. For everyone to see forever.
Lines? A camera inside a what? The cloud? Is any of this important?
I've got theories about these clouds. But just know, if mortals are around, blend in or we all die.
I would know more about you. When we first spoke, you had little recent memory. Do you remember anything more?
One thing. Alcohol. On the air, on the floor, in glasses, in bottles. After that, I'll walk in the dark.
I mean, okay, maybe he was from that place we're in because there was that thing on the wall like days since last drink.
I could not have imagined the world outside. This is chaos.
You get used to it.
I will have no choice. What is this about alcohol? Your memory seems drenched in it.
Well, I'd say I was in a bar. If you feel properly woken, maybe we could try to find it.
I am awake, but there is something wrong. My blood is sluggish. I should be strong by now, even after torpor, and I am not.
Reckon that mark has brought you down a peg?
Speculation accomplishes nothing.
True, but let's just take another second. You know my blood is Malkavian. You know they call us lunatics, madmen, or prophets. But where do you draw a bloodline?
Okay, so here's where we get to pick our clan. Now, I have actually researched some of these clans to look at the ones that I think are the most interesting to me. The Brujah here is strength and swiftness. They use skills to turn the tide of battle, act fast, hitting hard, goading their foes into making a fatal move. A Brujah is an unstoppable force in a fight. Their unparalleled prowess ensuring they remain on top. We've got the Tremere. The members of the clan Tremere wield arcane powers, can bend blood to their will, weaponizing it against their foes. Their sorcery affects not only their own blood, but also that of the enemies, and they're able to inflict great pain and destruction on those who oppose them. We have Banu Hakim. These guys are silent judges, lawbringers, and executioners, swift and deadly. They can silence and dispatch their foes through both violence and sorcery. They can also take down an enemy with chilling precision in the blink of a mortal eye before disappearing without a trace. We've got Ventru. These are masters of control, subduing and puppeteering others through sheer force of personality and will. They can freeze enemies in their tracks, turn them against each other, or make them forget they were even there. The Ventru's resilience also allows them to withstand attacks and survive inevitable reprisals. We have the La Sombra. They use their power to stoke the fires of fear in enemies and allies alike. Masters of shadow, they bend the darkness to their will. Capable of nightmarish feats, they weaponize their control of shadows to isolate, ensnare, and instill dread in any target. And lastly, we have the Toreador. Their enthralling presence allows them to make the first move, often before their enemy has a chance to react. They can entrance their victims and enemies, luring them in and blinding them to the danger in front of them until it is too late. Okay, I'm going with Ventru. I love the idea of being able to puppeteer enemies and get them to turn on each other. I think that's going to be super fun. So let's go Ventru here.
Ventru. I should have known it.
Let me know what clans you guys would be picking as well.
Years or more.
And why.
I do hope you get on with the prince.
Okay, we have an ability tree. So this is the only ability right now. No problem. Flesh of Marble. Feeding hardens your skin, making you highly resistant to damage. Yep. Very cool. Then everything opens up a lot. So you see some ability points on the left there. I'm sure we're going to learn how to use those. If we look at this whole tree, resilience increases the amount of health restored by feeding. Mass manipulation, subdue enemies within view, preventing them from attacking. Ventru and affect abilities will apply to all subdued opponents while mass manipulation is active. Cloud memory, cause the target to forget you were there, putting them into a relaxed state. Love it. Possession, possess an opponent to see through their eyes and control their movement for a period. While possessed, the target can be commanded to attack another person. So cool. Terminal decree, use your strength of will to command a mortal to kill themselves. Vampires will be staggered and disarmed. So I can unlock this too. So this is L2 plus square. And then you'll notice there's some side things here, right? So once you unlock this main thing, we have these other ones on the side. So slash swiftly in front of you, instantly beheading weaker opponents. And it tells you where to learn these things. You need these certain other, I don't even know what those are called, those little icons underneath, but let's see. So, blade-handed arms of Aramen strike with a thin shadow across the ground. Opponents caught by it will be temporarily trapped in place unless damaged. Blood curse, place a curse on an opponent. The next time they take damage, their body will swell up and explode. Stronger opponents take significantly longer to curse. Yeah, but that's super cool. Nico at Aurora Pond, Onda at Glacier Hotel, Mrs. Thorne at Wake the Dead. Lightning Strike, target multiple opponents and unleash an unstoppable hail of punches with the final strike dealing increased damage from Silky at the Dutchman. And Entrancing Kiss, kiss an individual to entrance them for a period, making them an ally that will defend you from others. Yep. The weaker the will of the target, the longer they'll be entranced. Patience at Aurora Pond. Very cool. We also have some appearance options here. Right now we just have this sick old school suit. But hair and stuff we could change if we wanted. That is actually quite the vibe. Do we have any, just throwing it out there, we got any man buns? That's sort of man bunny. Right? That's sort of man bunny. These are the same, just different colors. Okay, so yeah, it's all, there's like a few different haircuts, all different colors. Ooh, you know I gotta. Actually, this is kind of cool though. I think I like this better. I'm gonna go with this. This is slick. Got to be white hair all the time. Face-wise, I might do a little bit of like some scarring could be kind of cool. I don't want to do anything too intense. This is kind of a cool look too, very pale. If we wanted to go that route. I do like the scarring, and it fits right into the scar with our eyebrow too. Let's leave that. Piercings, maybe again, something subtle. Maybe we do the double earrings. Could do the middle nose ring. Now let's go double earrings. Eyes, do we go crazy? I think so. Do we go white? I think that's so cool. Maybe we do this so you can still see like some of the, some more of the iris. I like that. Okay, that's how we look now.
Natty. And no one in this city will blink twice at you. While you were getting dolled up, I rooted out a memory. Realized why I brought us to Dale's place. I was here, I think. Not long before whatever happened. If we're gonna solve our cases, we could track back my footsteps. See if we can find that bar.
Find Fabian's bar. Okay, so what do we got going on in here? Well-used shrine. Discovered in the Nomad's current haven. I guess it's our place now. A photograph of the group of people alongside a candle, strongly scented of vanilla. The blackened wick and tunneling of the wax implies that the candle is lit frequently for short periods of time. There's no way to know which person in the photo has caused such devotion, but there's some scuffing on the picture frame that indicates it's picked up regularly. The entire area is unusually clean and devoid of dust compared to the rest of the apartment. Nice.
My buddy Dale had body image problems. That's how he put it.
Yeah. Looks like there's been a few other problems.
I have no idea what Dale was studying, if that's what he was doing.
Cat food, call landlord, text, take bath, maybe? Text, I don't know. Don't trust the guy at the power shop. Stay away from 6th Main, weird shadow. Clean fridge, is that thing alive somehow? Buy more coffee, look into atrium. Don't trill him? Is that what that's saying? No, don't trust him. That makes more sense. A pretty cool vibe. Little black notebook. Small black notebook with a faux leather cover and rounded edges, ivory colored paper. It smells stale and of sweat and cologne, as though carried close to the body of someone who uses perfume but does not wash often enough. What it was doing next to so many old VHS tapes is unclear. The pages are filled with neat handwritten columns. KS, TM, GL, DD, PP, DW, LM. Huh. Are these initials? What do you guys think that is?
Like a fairground Nickelodeon, although it does cost more than a nickel and it doesn't make you smile.
Oh my god. Deceased cat. Yeah, it's dead. Rigor mortis has passed, and the quiet, wet sounds of movement inside the corpse's mouth indicate the presence of fly larvae. Nice.
Dale was into mixing up thin blood alchemicals. Dangerous trade.
Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, let's finish off any of the codex stuff here. So the mark etched into the Nomad's hand when they woke. Even with a full day of rest, the mark persists. The Nomad does not return to their full strength. Perhaps the two facts are connected. Okay. Characters, the Nomad. Goes by many names, but in this time and place, they chose to be known as Fire. Whoever or whatever brought the Nomad to this compromised state is unknown. Fabian might know a bit about the legends of their host, but not much. Are they simply unlucky, or are they fleeing some bane? In any case, it's clear that they always stand among destruction and yet walk away apparently unscathed. The only thing that is for certain is that the Nomad, whoever they are, will choose what information they wish to share and with whom. Fabian, a stranger's voice living in Fire's head, is a loquacious detective and a kindred of the Malkavian clan. Loquacious is an underused word, for sure. He claims to have no memory or understanding of why he's stuck inside Fire instead of his own body. Fair enough. Factions, ghouls. Okay, so the ghouls are mortals with supernatural traits gained by drinking a vampire's blood. Ghouls benefit from superhuman strength, do not age, but they are essentially minions of their Demeter, the vampire who feeds them. They're addicted to vampire blood and dependent on it to keep their powers, assuring loyalty to their Demeter, or Demeter, let me know how that's pronounced, no matter how badly they're treated. Seattle police, blissfully unaware of the existence of kindred. They will protect mortals, respond to public displays of violence or suspicious behavior, attracting too much of their attention risks a masquerade breach. So the Haven here, a neglected hovel, but a satisfactory temporary stronghold. Once the home of a man named Dale, it's now terminally absent. It smells intimately mortal. Cooked onion and burned garlic, unpleasantly sharp synthetic perfume, stale sweat and unwashed clothing, alcohol and blood. The door has a sturdy lock and the windows block the sunlight. Seattle's Camarilla Court. So the Camarilla hold the power in Seattle over kindred and mortal alike. Established well over 100 years, the Seattle Camarilla Court has had their claws firmly in the city's underbelly since its infancy. Like most Camarilla courts, Seattle is primarily controlled by Ventrue elites, with representatives from other clans acting as primogens. Doesn't matter who you vote for, who your chief of police is, or who you pay protection money to, the court pull all the strings. Seattle, founded in 1851, inhabited by its first kindred shortly after. Seattle's Camarilla had been established for many decades. And then we have some other stuff too, do we not? Yeah, so we were reading some stuff in here. Here's all the different clans. So Clan Tremere, and I'm going to end the video after this, probably. I'm going to leave the door and hope we get an autosave. So if you want to skip this, go ahead. But this is going to give us some details into all of the lore of all these clans. So Clan Tremere was a house of mortal mages seeking immortality. Clan Tremere gained its name from an 8th century mage who was in part successful in that quest. Thousands of mortals and kindred were sacrificed in his efforts to discover the elixir of life. Obsessed with knowledge and power, he discovered the curse of vampirism, ushering himself and his followers into eternal unlife and eternal hunger. While powerful, Tremere are rarely trusted. They can often be found within Camarilla domains, using their craft to bolster the strength of the court. But despite this, they are seldom seen in control of territories, holding fewer princehoods than even Clan Nosferatu. Just as their skills makes them valuable, few want to see them at the reins of power. Members of Clan Tremere can bend their own blood to their will, weaponizing vitae against their foes. Their sorcery affects not only their own blood, but also that of their enemies, and they can inflict great pain and destruction. La Sombra vampires are expected to triumph at any cost. Ruthlessness is a sought-after trait in progeny, making their reputation as betraying interlopers well-deserved. Most do not seek attention, preferring to act as puppeteers, powers behind the proverbial throne. Historically, most La Sombra were found in the dreaded Sabbat sect. In recent times, many have turned to Camarilla princes for alliance. This upheaval has given way to distrust, with many kindred unwilling to believe that those who once staunchly waged war for the Sabbat won't turn again in the ever-changing tide of knightly politics. La Sombra can use her power to invoke fear in enemies and allies alike. Masters of Shadow, they weaponize their control of it to isolate, ensnare, and incapacitate a target. The children of Hakim balance on a knife's edge, caught between their need for justice and their thirst for vampiric blood. Most Banu Hakim marshal themselves with a strict code of conduct, which serves not only their cause, but also to regulate their thirst. Banu Hakim seek to embrace mortals capable of assessing and handling threats, enforcing laws and traditions, and punishing transgressors. Descendants of the judge of all vampires, Hakimites are often valued as sheriffs in Camarilla domains. Blood sorcerers, clan Banu Hakim are judges and executioners. Swift and deadly, they can silence their foes through violence and sorcery. They can take down an enemy in the blink of a mortal eye with chilling precision. Ventrue see themselves as the rightful heirs to power and control. Once the God Kings of ancient Babylon, they've adapted to suit the modern age. Business moguls and aristocrats, Clan Ventrue are masters of authority. As the historical leaders of the Camarilla, they've maintained their rule over most domains over the centuries. Many kindred see the Ventrue as ruthless and controlling tyrants, insistent on keeping their well-polished boots firmly on the necks of their territories and vampires that they rule. But many blue bloods argue, while their methods are often seen as harsh, without Clan Ventrue, the Camarilla would have fallen generations ago. Vampires from the Clan of Kings have the ability to subdue and control enemies, and their commanding presence aids them in maintaining both the Camarilla and the Masquerade. Their resilience also allows them to weather storms and to lead them from the front. The Bruja. Synonymous with rebellion, known as a clan of fighters and rebels, often seen as crude troublemakers by kindred of other clans. Much more than this, though. Adept talkers and architects of change, forever marching against the perceived mainstream. Agitators and heretics, the Brujah are often embraced from the ranks of revolutionaries. They're unafraid to be the antithesis of society, fostering counterculture wherever they tread. No strangers to violence, they strive to spread their own ideals, even if they must do so alone. A Brujah's blood grants them strength and swiftness. They can turn the tide of a battle, acting fast, hitting hard, and goading their foes into making the first fatal move. Brujah are an unstoppable force in a fight, their powerful demeanor ensuring they remain on top. Toreador. Known for their seductive natures, Toreador vampires are drawn to art and beauty, forever trying to stir their own deadened hearts. Supernaturally graceful and charming, the divas are always looking for the next thrill, leaving a detritus of discarded lovers and victims in their wake. Despite their reputation as decadent sensates, members of Clan Toreador are no less lethal, and their charm has been the downfall of more than one prince. Unless acting in haste or passion, they embrace only those they deem worthy of a place in their ranks. Their blood grants them quickness of thought and will, allowing them to make the first move, often before their enemies have a chance to react. They can entrance and seduce their victims and enemies, luring them in and blinding them to the danger in front of them until it's too late. Kindred age progression. So, vampires do not age as mortals do, nor do their bodies degrade or break down over time. Instead, their blood grows more potent and they gain stronger supernatural abilities and increased power. The average newly embraced vampire or fledgling must be skilled to survive. The fledglings who last longer than a year are few, and those that last more than a decade, even fewer. In a city the size of Seattle, there are likely only a dozen kindred who are more than a few decades old, and less than a handful who have seen a single century of existence. Okay. Elders of those kindred who have existed for more than... Elders are those kindred who have existed for more than 3 centuries. Okay, cool. The Nomad is known to be at least 300 years old, and legend rightly names them as an elder. Cool. Disciplines. Supernatural powers a vampire gains upon being embraced, known colloquially under many names. The powers and abilities each vampire possesses vary, with some being associated with certain clans. However, it is possible for a kindred to learn abilities from other clans if they can earn the cooperation of one with such skills to pass on. So I'm pretty sure that's where the things within this tree make a difference, right? So you can learn these things from these different people. Disciplines, the Embrace. We read that, I believe. Mortals we read, Upholding the Masquerade, Havens, Clan Malkavian. Okay, so this is who Fabian belonged to. The Clan of the Moon are believed to other kindred to be lunatics, oracles, and visionaries. Their fractured psyche, instilled in part by their bloodline, provokes distrust in those they deal with. In truth, their apparent delusions provide remarkable insights, and for that reason, they're as likely to be shunned as grudgingly respected. Those embraced into the clan are often chosen by their sire for inscrutable reasons. They may favor those of empathetic nature, or those that display a unique perspective on the world. Often, a Malkavian's mortal life is scarred by trauma, their mind fractured long before their eyes were open to the sights and terrors of undeath. A Malkavian's power is also their weakness. They see all. But despite their struggle to maintain a hold on reality, they are by no means weak. Malkavians can move without being seen and can speak with inexplicable knowledge. They're also adept at twisting the minds of others, wiping their memories or turning them into puppets. Well, that's great. Love having him in my head. Vampires and damage. Ageless but not immortal, the dead body of a vampire can still sustain damage. Although they can withstand attacks that would easily kill a mere mortal, vampires will still suffer damage when attacked. Enough bullets can incapacitate them, and a sharp blade can sever their limbs. However, damage can be mended either through feeding or imbibing an alchemical elixir if the opportunity presents itself. Contrary to popular cultural belief, staking a vampire will not destroy them, but it will paralyze them and render them vulnerable until the stake is removed. Fire, sunlight, and decapitation are the surest ways for a kindred to meet their final death. Oh, torpor. Okay. So this is what I was thinking. A state of deep slumber, which renders a vampire entirely unresponsive to their surroundings, kind of like a hibernation almost. A kindred in torpor can lie dormant for prolonged periods of time, for many years or even centuries. Vampires may enter the state of torpor voluntarily or involuntarily through either starvation or grievous injury. Regardless of the cause of torpor, they will eventually wake ravenously hungry. In this state, they will drain the nearest source of blood until the beast is satiated and they regain their composure. Few things in the world are more dangerous than a freshly awoken kindred. Vampires or kindred are monsters prowling the early urban night. Once mortal themselves, these creatures do not breathe and their hearts do not beat. They're undead and suffer an unquenchable hunger that can only be temporarily sated by drinking the blood of a living creature. Theirs is a perpetual existence of inner turmoil as the bestial nature of the vampire struggles against the remnants of their fading humanity. Feeding Vitaean blood, survive through blood-drawing bite known as the kiss. We read that one. Okay, so I think we've got everything here now, if I'm not mistaken. Heightened senses, R3, we've got that. The elixirs, cool. The jumping, cool. The kicks, the fighting, cool. Tutorials for combat, clues and mysteries, characters, factions, Seattle, done. Guys, let's see if we get a save here. Doesn't look like it.
I won't say my body's fragrant, but I reckon your keen senses could get a sniff of it.
That's cool. So we're going to be using these heightened senses a lot, is what it seems like. We're supposed to go down there, but let's just check. Yeah, nice. Blood elixir instantly restores blood pips to vampiric abilities. I assume none of these are going to be open. Ooh, what's this? Collected 1 of 9. I would imagine that somebody might make a mod that allows you to just see those items without having to be in this.
Most of my dreams would require a subscription to view. You're so funny, that's such a
We could have just dropped down there, I suppose, but...
Remember, even in Seattle, people will notice if you do something, you know, weird. Like leaping a building in a single bound. Keep it on the down low. We have a masquerade to protect.
Okay, so we do have to protect this. When there's no risk of instant execution, a kindred may make errors in upholding the masquerade as long as they're not too noticeable. The masquerade meter and visibility indicator found at the top of the screen indicate how well the nomad is following the rules. Visibility indicator. When the eye of the invisibility indicator is open, mortals can see the nomad and observe their actions. Masquerade meter. Performing vampiric actions within sight of a mortal, the masquerade meter will change to indicate how much damage or how much danger there is of a breach occurring. Yellow, it means they're suspicious, increased scrutiny, and further kindred actions are risky. Red, they've seen something they do not understand or are panicking. They're aware that someone is among them who should not be. Some will flee, some might attack. A wise kindred will either remove the cause of the breach or escape to a safer location until rumors of the breach die down. Full meter, if the kindred responsible for the breach cannot escape or end the breach on their own, the court will step in and deal with the situation. The punishment for such a breach is execution, no exceptions. Hint, the rooftops are a friend to many kindred who require safety. Up there in the current weather conditions, the chances of encountering mortals who might witness something they shouldn't are low. Good to know. Okay, so we did save there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a good time so far. As we get new lore bits from the codex, we will get into them. And we're going to try to act normal on the way to this bar. So wish me luck. We'll see you in the next one. Please drop a like on the video. Let me know what you think so far. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.